Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Wednesday, February 26th. Good morning, Rico.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tucson. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. We're going to have a lot of fun on this hump day. A lot of things to get to, a lot of stuff to give away. Still giving away those tickets for Pantera. Your opportunity to win those tickets this morning will be in the 8 o'clock hours. Keep riding with us for your chance to call in and win, possibly play a little bit of a game. We also have tickets for your Tucson Roadrunners, speaking of games, and tickets to the World Baseball Classic, which is coming up right around the corner as well. You know,
Fun.
Yeah. I'm already, I'm not at the age where I miss the good old days, but maybe I'm getting to that age where I miss the good old days, right?
Oh, yeah.
I miss the good old days that, drugs used to be smuggled across the border, not eggs. I do miss those days.
Good old-fashioned drugs.
Yeah, what happened to humans being smuggled across the border?
Right.
Instead of eggs.
Oh.
Yeah, we're getting a surplus of eggs being smuggled across the border, and this is legit. It's a big deal, big business right now. As prices continue to skyrocket, customers and border protection say there's been a surge of nearly 30% in attempts to bring eggs,
Wow.
across the southern border.
Damn.
Yeah, bringing raw and fresh eggs into the U.S. is prohibited because of the risk of spreading disease, right?
Oh, whatever.
That's the same reason why we can't bring any fruit over from, Rocky Point.
I know.
My daughter, my 12-year-old daughter, almost got tackled by Border Patrol when she tried to bring her, pineapple cup that had a pina colada in it. Is that biodegradable? Is that food? Can you eat it? I was like, oh, we'll throw it away. We don't need to keep this.
Mangoes aren't small enough to put up there, It kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's true. They're huge down there and delicious. Obviously, prices have soared as bird flu has left the nation's poultry decimated, is what they're saying. So the CBP is now scrambling to step up the efforts so eggs don't cross the border. Now, if you go to Mexico, you'll notice in the grocery store that, not only are the eggs super cheap, right? None of them are refrigerated because they don't wash them, right? Yeah. And so eggs are just great. Everyone that has chickens knows this. And it took me until, 32 to realize, I'm like, oh, really? You don't have to refrigerate eggs?
I had a really adverse reaction. My ex, when I was in Louisiana, her dad was like an old Farmer John type, and he had always eggs on the counter. I'm like, you going to put those in the fridge? He goes, no, silly.
No, silly.
I'm like, what?
There's a magic film on these eggs, and as long as you don't wash these eggs, they're good forever.
Right. It was like my city slicker moment.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't put these in the fridge?
I still don't understand the science behind it, and it does seem like magic. But apparently, when you wash these damn eggs, then you got to refrigerate them or they'll go bad.
Yeah.
But if you don't wash them, then you can leave them on your counter just laying out in the Arizona heat for weeks on end, and it'll be fine. It makes sense. I mean, obviously, we've... generations and our history, ancestors have, grown to love eggs and feast off them. It's still weird. It
still just doesn't, because we're raised on it.
Yeah.
Refrigerator life.
Yeah.
Know?
Now, I go to, Nogales to, load up on any kind of, medical needs I need, any medicine, amoxicillin for sure, and I love it because it's obviously cheaper than the American pharmaceutical.
Some Z-Packs.
Z-Packs, pre-COVID, right when COVID was starting to strike, I went down to Nogi and loaded up with amoxicillin, Z-Packs, and everything that would help me if I end up getting sick, right?
Right.
So I felt a little bit of security. It was like a little security blanket. And again, less than $50 in total. All my stuff. I got my medicine cabinet full. Whenever my daughter would get strep, good to go. Right? So I'm like, it's not smuggling if you buy it legally and just say, I want to bring this home with me. So
this is mine.
It's not unheard of for me to be to go to Nogi and be like, I just want to get a dozen eggs and bring it.
Right.
I
put
would,
a limit on it, like half a dozen.
Yeah, I would make that drive. And are they going to be dicks about it at Border Patrol or at the border and not let me bring in eggs?
Right.
They'll let me bring in steroids, but they won't let me bring in eggs.
It might not even be them stopping you. The American side would definitely be like, how much you getting for these?
It's the American side, yeah. We'll see. When I say we'll see,
We'll
I'll find
see.
out by the end
It
of the
was
week.
weird because I went last week to the dentist, and the guy on the way out, one of the guys in the corner was like, psst, psst, "Hey, cage free, cage free."
Oh, yeah.
I was like, "Damn, somebody get some of those."
Man, yeah, like, it's bad when the taxi drivers are offering you eggs. All right, so obviously you're seeing surcharges some places. It looks like Denny's has joined Waffle House in announcing an egg surcharge. So, yeah, they're charging more at these breakfast locations, which I think is a knee-jerk reaction and just like, come on. Yeah, like, it's cutting into your profit margin by like 25 cents. You should survive. You know who's not surcharging their eggs is McDonald's. In fact, actually, they say if you download our app, you'll get all of our eggs only for $1. So McDonald's looking as a loss leader. So, but yeah, it's the egg apocalypse. And again, I just miss the good old days.
I do want to see a remake of Breaking Bad with Walter White being a chicken farmer instead.
Yes. Yes, he's like, this is a super egg. His eggs are huge.
Just suspenders.
Speaking of the border, in local Arizona news, Governor Hobbs actually signed an order to, combat the cartel at the border for smuggling, human smuggling, not egg smuggling and stuff. Yeah, so some actual, real Arizona news here. This is audio of, I believe this is Governor Hobbs explaining why she did this. It's called Operation Desert Guardian. Check this out. Yeah, so it's not necessarily like they want to curb like the drugs coming in or human trafficking coming in. It's really just the eggs. So long story short, we're still going to be spending more money on eggs. We're just about to get cheaper eggs because we're so close to the border.
Right.
And they're just like,
I was like, I didn't feel that panicked. I'm like, everybody else in the U.S. can panic, but Arizona, we're good, baby.
I know. So Governor Hobbs is like, no eggs for you. Would you like some cocaine?
Right.
Well, I guess if I do that, I don't want eggs. So,
Yep.
Either way, there's your Arizona news. And we got a great show lined up for you all morning long. Get ready to win tickets. So we got your morning moron coming up after new music for Nothing More and David Draymond. First, we'll kick things off old school with Everlast. Here's What Is Life on Rock 102.1 KFMA. You know the name of the show. Let's go. Yep. All right, we're on podcast broadcast here. So we got a couple minutes before we're going to get on the air. But welcome, everybody, to the live stream. Thank you guys for joining us. That was our show opening in studio. Very special guest. Very excited to catch up with James and Megan. Met them both at the High in the Desert Music Festival a few months back. And James was telling me about what he does for fun. And that is, it's basically like combat LARPing, right? What's the best way to describe it as simply as possible? And get that microphone close to you.
Well, LARPing isn't really the best way to describe it, but
Right.
Combat certainly is. It's basically armored fighting with weapons in armor, just like MMA. You're going to the ground, ground and pound, punching, kicking, everything. There are some rules we have to abide by, but for the most part, it's just full-on combat.
Yeah, we're going to get into the nitty-gritty, and what's fun about this is that we have videos and everything to show you as well, and the flyer that's happening at the MSA Annex, which you see right here, it's going to be a Tucson Knight Fights, not to be confused with Knife Fights, which is a food competition that we're supportive of every year.
If we get chefs to wear chainmail soon, that would be cool.
Maybe next time.
We'll do that.
It's happening this Saturday at MSA Annex, and you see the bill here. It's like a fight card, legitimately. And they dress up like knights. They have the armor, and then it's full-blown combat, short of death, obviously. And maiming, you don't want to chop off a dude's arm.
It's a mess.
And beat him with it, but if you did, that'd be pretty badass.
It's just a flesh wound.
Injuries do happen.
Flesh wound.
And both of you are married as well. Yeah. Did you get into this after you got married, or was this something that you guys met through the art of combat night fighting?
No, I didn't get into it until after I met him.
Yeah.
But, it kind of evolved from other things from that. He was involved in more LARPing than this.
I started out in LARPing. That was
and that's great.
Past.
It's great, super fun. It's obviously like a growing culture, all the way through. And this is just a part of the evolution as well, because now that role playing is becoming more and more real in the way that you're pulling that off. So Badass, and we have videos to show for that too. So we're gonna hit a tease on the FM side and let them know that we're gonna pull up some of these videos and continue to plug the event this Saturday. What time does it start?
5 p.m.
Okay.
Gates open at 5.
The gates open at 5. The first fights, we're going to start some melees at 5:30, which is just 6 guys kind of going at it all at once.
Yeah.
And then the pro fights, what's on the card, will start at 6 p.m. sharp.
I think I'm going to miss the pro fights, but I definitely want to come in for because I'm going to be hosting the Roadrunners game that night. And, like, legitimately, my meeting's at 5, but I could skip that. And then, I got pull, you know.
Well, I mean, it's right across the street, too.
Yeah, it's right across the street. I can just, zip over, check out some Knights fighting. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We have a very special podcast broadcast lined up for you with our in-studio guests, James and Megan. Both of them are a part of this Saturday's Tucson Knight Fights, which is happening at MSA Annex. So you think medieval knights and combat sports. That's the combination that we're talking about here today.
It's a great
right?
combo.
Yeah, some badass entertainment that you've never seen before, and I could almost guarantee that. And we're going to give you all the details about that. But if you join us on the podcast broadcast, you're going to see some videos of examples of what to expect this Saturday as well. So we got that pulled up. James and Megan, our guests this hour on the podcast broadcast. Join us, youtube.com/beefvegan, or stick around because we'll be right back after new music from Shinedown. Here's Dance Kid Dance on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. All right, so with that,
I was hoping their meeting story was actually on the battlefield. That would have been way cool.
I know.
Like, she was about to behead me, then we locked eyes.
Right. Like, that's when you knew she was the one, you know? And
She was badgering my head.
She fights too. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Did any of you have any kind of like MMA or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or boxing, any kind of training growing up?
The only training I had, I grew up doing Aikido and martial arts, and then military training. But
which branch did you serve in?
Army.
Okay, nice.
But no, I honestly fell into it with my dad years and years ago. I had just gone through divorce, and he got me hook, line, and sinker. Said, "Come on, let's go to a Ren Fair," and I had some fun and just kind of devolved
you
into.
got your lip split open.
Yeah, I jumped into a ring with a bunch of kids with foam boffers, and one of them split my lip open. I said, "Oh no more of that."
Well, let's see one of these videos here. This is James' TikTok. It's Archangel8483, so you can follow him on TikTok. You see types of videos here. So I'll do this pinned one right here, and it's kind of like a slideshow of things to expect.
Some
You want to
badass armor.
bleed, sweat, and suffer for it. When life knocks you down, you get the fuck back up, dust yourself off.
Yeah, that's down in Clifton.
Clifton, at the Clifton Library, we do an event with
We
them
have a
every
team
year.
down there as well.
Nice. Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
full on. So the layers that you got to wear too. I mean, that's about 40 pounds of gear,
About
right?
80.
80.
Wow.
Double that.
Wow. Yes.
The helmets alone usually weigh about 15 pounds.
Damn. Yeah. That's crazy. So yeah. And then so when you take that off, you're just drenched head to toe,
yeah.
right?
Oh, it's
yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
With the armory laid out there, too, where the guy's inspecting, I'm assuming, do they have somebody inspecting to make sure they're bludgeoned enough and not sharp?
Yes.
Yes,
That kind of
absolutely.
thing,
There
yeah.
are safety rules from the leagues. All the weapons have to be particular curvature and shape, and we do take safety precautions. We're actually not trying to kill one another.
Right.
Yeah, that's good.
But
yeah.
just to like guy dressed as a monk nodding at things like, okay, that one passes. That one. Just
Pretty
moving
much.
along. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
There's not so much of the costumes outside of armor in our world, but
Yeah.
That
it's-
looks
yeah.
like that's the IMCF Mexico international tournaments.
Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah, and look
We
at them.
had,
They're
Yep.
hitting themselves, hitting each other with swords, axes. Of course, I'm sure it's dulled down, but it's still like
Oh, they
those aren't styrofoam.
No,
right?
It's
Yeah.
a 5-pound. I mean, we've got 5-pound steel axes. We've got weight limits on all of the
Take-
different weapon types.
Take a guy my size in full armor. I weigh over 300 pounds in armor, and I'm swinging a 5.5-pound axe at you as hard as I can.
Right, yeah. No, I know. That's what you're like. Hey, you want to do it? I'm like, no, but I want to watch. I want to watch for days. I definitely don't want to do that.
That's why the helmets weigh so much.
Yeah,
They do
absolutely.
their job.
Yeah, so we're gonna break down that fight card. We got the flyer lined up. The flyer looks super nice as well, and this is the first time that you're doing this at MSA Annex. And if you guys haven't even checked out the MSA Annex, that place is a playground. I love just the setup there. It has a bar, has multiple restaurants, including our buddies Rollies, and then of course in that courtyard is just perfect.
Yeah.
You just have this perfect area for all different types of events. This is the first time they're doing an event like this. But I could see boxing and fights being there all night long for sure. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're live on the podcast broadcast. James and Megan are joining us, and they are a married couple who, in their spare time, like to put on chain links and chainmail and knight armor and beat the crap out of people. And they're doing that this Saturday here at the MSA Annex as part of the Tucson Knight Fights League. Now, this isn't the inaugural event, is it?
For Tucson, it is.
Okay. So how long has the league been around?
The ACW's been around since 2012.
And that's like the national kind of brand kind of thing?
So it's a national league. It's actually a worldwide league. So
okay,
this is not just a Tucson-based thing. This is actually worldwide. We have teams all over the world, chapters all over the world, different leagues. You have the ACW, you have IMCF, Boo 100 International. But we all we play in the same boat, depending on what league you belong to.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it all ends up the same. We all end up in the same list fighting one another. So
yeah, and the Tucson chapter, when did that start?
The team was founded in 2012.
Okay, so team. Okay, nice.
So that, and then the gym's been here for 2 years, 3 years.
3 years.
So
you guys go to a gym to train for this?
We have our own facility.
Yeah. And you're going to open that to the public sometime in the summer?
It's technically open now to the public. It's just we're going to start a very much better curriculum around July.
Okay.
So if anyone wants to come down and check it out, they're more than welcome to. I mean,
yeah. What's the name and location?
Iron Thistle Academy. We're on 29th in between Swan and Craycroft.
Iron Thistle?
Thistle.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Thistle.
Like Iron Pistol. It's a shooting range?
I mean, we're next door to one. So.
Yeah, there you go. Get both in.
Yeah, so it's academy, so people could sign up and train to do this, right? Yeah. And then, so do you have all these different types of armor and accessories there on hand for people to rent and put on?
We do.
Okay.
I mean, it can be a little bit pricey to put it all up front, and it's really not something that people know they're into until they've done it. So we absolutely make sure that they have stuff to try it out with. There's armor there, there's weapons there. We have many different levels of fighters there. Some that just do physical training and some that have been fighting for a lot of years.
I imagine any kind of like weight loss training, you put all this on and then you just like, grapple or like spar for 5 minutes, you probably lost 20 pounds.
I'm assuming this is going to be a great way to lose weight cardio-wise.
So,
like this is way more intensive than just boxing.
So coming from the military guy, you do 60 seconds in armor of a good fight.
Yeah.
Like you just ran 20.
Yeah. Easily.
That 60
easily.
seconds, it's the adrenaline dump, the heart racing, everything. Your brain going, oh my God, that guy's going to hit me with an axe.
Yeah.
I do want to see somebody in the office like, hey, Mike, you lost a lot of weight. Like, how'd you do it? He's like, let me tell you.
Yeah. Almost killed 7 men.
Yeah.
And James was perfectly clear when he was telling me about this the first time. He's like, these aren't styrofoam swords or axes. These are full-blown like metal axes and, swords and, like 5 pounds each or at least. And, obviously the blades are dull because they're not like severing limbs, which is great. And you could live to fight another day, but this is all part of like a league. So it's almost like a competition. So with this being the first, and this is the first Tucson event for Tucson Knight Fights. And you have a bill that looks like a fight card, right? So full blown. Let me break down this card that you're going to see because it's going to kick off at the MSA Annex this Saturday. And there's going to be a melee to kind of warm things up at like 5:30. And then the main card starts at 6. And you have light heavyweight bouts, a women's, what is that? A women's heavyweight bout or lightweight bout?
Lightweight, yeah.
Okay.
Light heavyweight, I'm sorry.
Sorry, you gotta throw in that light before, you get 7. Some light heavyweights, and a super heavyweight bout as well. So you got 5 bouts on here. Is this
6?
There's 6 actually, yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because there's another super heavyweight.
The main card.
Oh, on the main card. Okay, with that said, though, is it per rounds? Is it like MMA rules in a way? Do you do 3-minute rounds? Is it 1 5-minute battle? How does it work?
3 rounds.
Okay.
2 minutes each round with a 1 minute break in between.
Nice.
So they have to keep going. So it'll all be over in 8 minutes.
Yeah.
There are.
But it's an exciting 8 minutes, like hooting and hollering. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Saying, kill him.
Yep.
The only big difference between us and like MMA is we do ground and pound. You know, if you take your opponent down, you can keep going.
Yeah.
But we only let that go for about 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Gotta
Then you
get
got to stand them back up.
Get them. They have a chance to stand back. If they choose not to get back up, that's a TKO for that round.
Okay.
They don't lose the whole fight. They just lose that round.
Okay.
So, and
So
we have,
you do like judges as well?
there's 3 judges that will be scoring it independently, and then they all get a cumulative and go to her, and it gets announced.
Love it. Yeah. Are you doubling as an announcer as well?
No. Absolutely not.
You're not going to announce?
No, I got to wrangle all these monkeys back here.
That's true.
Do you do the thumb up and down like the emperor from?
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
I can do that.
That would be
one
cool.
I might
That
do.
would be amazing.
Yes.
You stand next, and he's like, a guy to the left of me.
Kill him! Kill him!
If you get knocked on your back, are you kind of like a turtle on its shell? Like, is it difficult to get back up in all that armor?
It can
It
be.
can be.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised, though. I mean, this goes back to the training. If you do the training and put the time in, you can get up pretty quick.
Yeah, with all the fighters that are going to be participating this Saturday, how long they've been training, and who do you look at as somebody who is by far head above the rest as far as like a badass who could represent Tucson on a global level?
We've actually had a couple of our fighters have represented the nation overseas.
Really?
Nice.
Nice.
So they've been on our USA team. They're getting, they've been more of our head coaches teaching us how to bring it up. But I would say Matt Richardson was our founder. Charles was one of our founders.
But as far as who's on that card, that's a tough choice because we have 2 fighters on the card from Tucson.
Yep, everybody else
Everybody else
coming
is
in
from
out
either
of
Phoenix,
town.
New Mexico, or elsewhere.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And Phoenix has their own league too, right? You said that's
Yeah, so
okay.
Phoenix, it's the Phoenix Blood Eagles.
Blood Eagles.
Yep.
Blood Eagles.
Damn.
Nice. That's a pretty hardcore metal
Vikings.
name.
They
Yeah.
they actually just came back from a big event in South Carolina, Carolina Carnage.
Yep.
Where
Nice.
that's an international event. Teams from all over the world come.
How
Yeah.
I was gonna say international when they come here is like you got the guys from Germany, just like
Yeah.
bulky German dudes.
Oh, it's
It's like
it's funny is that those cultures exist for a reason.
Yeah.
We had an international event in Springfield, Illinois, and Denmark was there, China was there,
God.
Italy was there, and it's funny, the China guys were the small. They fought well, they did really well. They're smaller guys.
Yeah.
Fast.
agile.
Denmark, the smallest Denmark guy was 6'4", and
That Viking.
Yep, Viking blood.
it's funny how it showed.
Uh-huh.
If you heard me make a sound and reaction, I was watching the video as we were talking about it, and a guy came in with an overhead swing of an axe right to the back of a guy. I was like, oh, my God. So much to watch here. We're going to continue to go down the rabbit hole with James and Megan. Again, the Tucson Knight Fights happening at MSA Annex this Saturday. Is it an all-ages event?
Yes, it is.
How much are tickets at the door?
$10.
$10. Only $10 to see a bunch of knights beat the bloody hell out of each other. We're going to talk more about it after we play a couple of these sponsor words. We'll be right back after music from Nirvana on Rock 102.1 KFMA.
It's so entertaining. It really is fun to watch.
It is. It's fascinating. And yeah, you see people come out of nowhere. Like I said, that guy was just like, whoa. I'm like, no, you got to kill him. Leave him alone.
Those are the worst shots if when you don't see him coming, those hurt the
Oh,
worst.
yeah. And like right in the middle of the back. And, you know,
Look at
what's
that, damn.
Yeah, what's the worst place to get hit when you're in full armor there? I'm sure even the head, even with that like 20-pound helmet, it's going to ring your bell, right?
It does.
It's
Well,
loud.
like think about
Oh, yeah.
even back in medieval times, all armor has gaps in it, right? So like I have a little gap right here
Yeah.
and a little gap right there.
Yeah.
So if I'm bent over and these guys know to target there,
Squishy
all
bits.
they're
They
hitting
look
is
for the
a
squishy bits.
soft squishy bit.
Yep.
Yes. Well, I
It'll
mean,
take you down.
and I'm sure all of them, because everyone's wearing armor, they all know where the vulnerabilities in the armor are, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, when you're combating, you're trying to go for the soft spots too, right?
It's a good time to interject because we were talking off cam about the our friend Simon up in
Yes.
Phoenix. I met him a long time ago. You were explaining that there's a new rule now because of what happened to him.
Oh.
It's
Or not a
really
rule,
new,
but
yeah, it's a piece of the armor that was named after him called the Simon strap, and it's basically the piece that holds your helmet to your whatever body piece you're wearing.
Yeah.
To keep it from getting pulled off
So
of
you,
you.
you have a chin strap under your chin. You also have one that goes right down your back, and someone else has to connect it. You can't do it yourself.
Yeah.
Because he got pretty badly bludgeoned, correct? That's
was-
what happened?
Yeah.
So long,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't talk about wheelchair, Simon. I mean,
No, it's great. It's badass. He shows it off. He has the X-rays on his Facebook and everything.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, damn, dude.
He's
He's a beast.
He's out right now because he has some knee surgery and stuff.
Okay.
But he still fights.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
He's a beast.
And he's been a huge supporter of the sport overall and helps a lot of our facilities and gyms and fighters really hone their skills and teaches them how to be safe about the sport too.
Yeah.
I mean, training becomes a huge factor of making sure you're safe and the fighters you're fighting with are safe.
Yeah, and that's I'm getting people asking questions and time on there, but yes, actually gates open at 5 p.m.
Correct.
And then the first official fight is at 6, Christy. So you're going to want to get there by 5:30 to see the melee to warm things up. So, I mean, it's a full night, and it ends, 10 or 9?
8 o'clock.
Actually, 8, yeah.
Oh, so, yeah, super early. Yeah, well, because those 8-minute fights, basically, with
go
little
fast.
breaks in between. Yeah, super fast pace. You can have music in the background, any of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yes.
got to.
And is
Yeah.
his name the super heavyweight? Orion Englehart?
That's his name.
That's his
yes.
real name?
Englehart, yeah.
He was meant for this.
He was, absolutely.
God.
The first time I
That's his
saw
real
his
name.
name on there, I was like, wait a minute. Is his name really Englehart?
How
That's
big
crazy.
is Orion?
He's a
He's a
little
big
bit
boy.
taller. He's a little bit taller than I am, just a little bit, and he's.
Which you're a monster of a man, which I've been, plugging all morning
I
long.
know when he says that, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
He's a little bit wider. He's a whole lot younger.
Okay.
Orion's struggle or tough part for this fight will be he's fairly new.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So,
Compared to the fighter, he's.
There's
So
a
cardio training, things like that, those.
technique and skill is
You
a lot
did
of
a
it,
pro
too.
fight with Orion though up in Phoenix.
I fought Orion.
Yeah.
He's a hard fighter, but I was able to get him down pretty quick. It's just
Yeah.
It's just knowing having helmet time.
Helmet time, yeah.
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 What's your record?
On my pro fights,
Yeah.
I've done 4 pro fights and I've won 2 of them.
Okay, so you're at 500 right now.
Yeah.
What about you,
Damn.
Megan?
I
you don't
not
fight?
ever done a pro fight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You just do it for fun.
I do it for fun.
Would you ever?
Eventually, yeah, yeah. I've been out of armor for like 2 years because of some medical stuff.
Yeah.
but
I just imagine, you have to be a top tier every level. Any little nagging injury could turn into a massive injury when you're
Yes.
carrying that much weight
Mm-hmm.
and doing everything. So yeah, it could be awkward as well. So
and we're super aware of that with our gym too. We don't really encourage people if they have injuries. Like, so I'm a health coach also, so I work with them on a whole level of things with their health.
yeah,
And if they come in and they're limping and they're like, "Oh, I'm hurting and I'm sore," and I'm like, "Maybe let's not do armor today. That's a bad
Yeah.
idea."
yeah.
Play it smart.
Yeah, I think that's fair, And this is just a melee that had pulled up from the Boo Hurt World Cup. Where does America rank globally? I imagine we're kind of like, like it's World Cup soccer, right? So you're going to have some of these foreign teams that have more pros because they have more skin in the game, or at least have been
Historical legacy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's in their genetic coding,
Yeah.
right? I'm like 5th generation knight, right? So so are some countries the favorites or like the studs in this?
The studs have been and continue to be for a lot of years is either Russia or Poland.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
fuck, because
Yeah.
Russians are maniacs, dude. And
Well,
yeah,
that-
dude.
and they actually, so their teams actually, they get paid to do what we do, and they train
Oh.
7 days a week.
Jeez,
There-
so
yeah,
it's
there
a
are
profession
out
for
there
them.
for-
Yep.
So it's kind of hard to beat that. I mean, I'm a contractor. I work every day, and then I do this for fun. So
Right,
it's-
right.
We just don't have the level of experience that they do. But USA has held their own many, many times in the Worlds. We've won a couple times. We've placed well almost every time.
Nice.
Because we generally send the bigger guys. That's the thing about Europe is a lot of their guys are, this tall.
Yeah, that's
We're
good.
sending 6 foot, 7 foot tall guys, and
Yeah.
Corn
we have a
fed.
7 foot tall fighter.
Oh man,
Sending
Some
our
of
monsters.
teams coming out of the Midwest. They're big.
Yep.
They're
Yeah.
big.
Big farmer guys.
Yeah. That's so funny.
With that too, when you look at the battle, the footage on there. So I'm just watching, looking at working with teams. Having guys help each other out. You gang up on one guy. Is there rules and regulations? Is it just pure chaos and pandemonium the whole time?
It's pure chaos. There are
You're like,
definitely,
yep.
there's definitely tactics
Yeah.
that you do with your team. But the only way that the whole goal is to get the other team down as quickly as you can. That's how you die in this sport.
Yeah.
Is when they're on the ground during a regular melee, we have to leave them alone. Once they're down, it's over.
Yeah.
So that guy falls down. He's done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Last guy standing wins.
Wow. Easy. Simple.
Yeah.
Brutal.
It sounds simple. It's really not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what
What
other
you're seeing
videos
here is
have.
a 5v5. We've done them as big as I've been a part of a 100 versus 100
Oof.
Damn.
at Springfield. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I want to see a metal concert with a bunch of knights in there.
Dude,
Sign us
It's
up.
like the wall of death.
Sign us up. We'll go.
Right.
Our guys up in Phoenix have been putting them on.
Nice.
They're combining
yeah.
them,
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously wildly entertaining and something that, almost feels like we've seen it before in previous lives, right? It's kind of like coded in there. So, yeah. Yeah, that's so funny. It's so great. So, and you thought, hey, LARPing is just for nerds. Nerds will beat your ass.
Beat your ass.
Oh, don't get it twisted. They're all nerds.
Yeah,
We're all still nerds.
All of
Yeah,
us are
tough nerds, though, which is great.
I always joke about it, but like Boo Herd and what we do is kind of like major leagues. The SC, LARPing and some of the lower, they're the minor leagues. They're playing hard, they're fighting hard, but it's just we're the next level.
Yeah. Let's see some.
He writes Python, then he is a Python.
I have a tattoo on the back of my leg for Monty Python. So,
Well, and there's some dangerous things could happen. Look at this. So I'm seeing this. This clip was accident. Fortunately, no one was hurt. Is the name of that? Check out this short. Watch. You'll see the sword basically poking this dude's face.
Oh, yeah. Boop. Got a little boop.
And he's like, "You got it. You
All
won that
right.
round. You got an eye."
Damn.
No, he wasn't hurt, but yeah.
Flesh
so,
wound.
Just a
Yeah,
flesh wound.
there's been a couple of decent injuries that
I'm
way.
sure. I'm sure. Yeah. So you got your helmet. You should have brought your helmet.
I should have. Yeah.
Yeah. Next time.
Next time.
Yeah. So with this being the inaugural event, right? Yeah, I just see this as being wildly successful because people are gonna be curious, check it out, and I'm sure even going there, just like, yeah, that is a fun time. That's something you don't normally do on Saturday nights.
Oh, exactly. It's
Yeah. So is the game
Fun.
plan? Are you trying to do not annual, but like quarterly events, monthly events? What's something that you're?
Our hope is we'd love to do it quarterly, but like you said, heat's an issue here.
Right.
So, I mean, if we're continuing to move forward at the annex, probably not in the summer.
Right. Maybe move it indoors into like a
yeah.
venue, maybe like the Rock or something like that. Or
If we could do that, if we can figure out how to make
Actually,
those things work,
I love the
we're
Rock,
here
but they
for
don't
it.
have air conditioning. It's even
It's like
hotter
wait a
inside
minute,
the
yeah,
Rock.
it's
in the
even worse
summertime.
in there.
maybe not that place.
Yeah.
We will definitely be back at the Tucson Celtic Festival in October.
Yes.
So we'll be there for sure.
Yeah.
We're trying to come back into the annex as it gets cooler again. But yeah, you'll see more of us around for sure.
I love it. Yeah, we're
The
gonna get back
TCC
on
would be
here.
rad.
That would
Oof.
be
We'll get to that
fantastic.
point.
Yeah.
It's perfect timing with the Renaissance Fair as well. I'm surprised they don't have this at the Renaissance Fair.
It's a lot, man.
Yeah.
It's an 8-weekend event that
We have
we
to
just
be
don't
have
have the fighters.
Yeah.
Like you said, we all have jobs to go
We
back
all,
to.
we
on
all work
Monday,
during the week, so I mean, it's
So okay, hold on. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Figure Presents. Hanging out with James and Megan, who are part of the Tucson Knight Fights, which is happening this Saturday at the MSA Annex. And I thought, I was telling them because this is basically medieval dress up and then combat and legit combat. Where it's point system. They're going to have 3 2-minute rounds between competitors. There's going to be 6 big fights happening this Saturday at the MSA Annex. And I was like, this has Ren Fair written all over it. We're obviously in Ren Fair season. We're giving out Ren Fair tickets throughout the day here on the station. And, they have the jousting. Right, so I'm like, why aren't we doing night fights at the Ren Fair? Yeah,
Right.
it just makes sense.
Damn it.
Yeah, I need more like combat sports at
Right.
my Ren Fair. So what's the reason why? Was this something that was like a consideration where you guys maybe even talked to organizers?
So I know a few of the producers for the Big Ren Fair.
Yeah.
Is the Renaissance Festival, and it's just the commitment. They would need 8 to 10 guys to commit for 8 weeks and for the whole every weekend for that long of a time period. And like we were saying on the podcast, is we're regular guys. We all have our own jobs. We have our own lives. So it's hard to get that commitment. I would love to do it, and if we can ever get that many guys to commit to it, I'd be all for it.
Yeah, because
But
I'm sure they have the budget for it, and it'd be some good money to subsidize some stuff. But again, I mean, you're outside, and they probably how the Ren Fair does it. Like, we need you to do this 10 times today.
Yeah.
So
Do you know how much mead you're going to sell with this event?
oh my god.
That's just it. It's not like 10 guys for 8 weeks. It's like we need
A
people
rotation.
that can fill in. And
Yeah, you
and
need
it's-
100
and
guys a
the sport's
day.
growing, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
just as it grows, sure.
Somebody in Tucson just went, and my axe.
yeah.
You have me.
Yeah,
They're
no.
coming. They're
we'll
coming.
see you Saturday.
somebody challenged you there, Rico.
I know he did. I saw it.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
be talking.
You guys
Okay,
wanna
yeah.
come down to the gym?
Redbeard.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, Redbeard. I put my money on you, Rico. Dave.
know.
You
Need
know.
some training, Rico. We can help with that.
I'm willing.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
ready.
I was jokingly gonna just throw him in, be like, "You could have Rico, get him going," and he's like, "I would do that."
would
And I
do
was
it in a
like, "You're-
heartbeat.
yeah, that's awesome." So,
You kidding me?
yeah, maybe
So-
we'll get Rico on a future card there.
I joke about it all the time, but honestly, the other thing I joke with my team about and our guys about is like this is therapy for us.
Right.
Yeah.
It's our relief valve.
Couples
Yeah.
counseling.
Yeah.
It's couples counseling.
Yeah. Do you guys ever spar with each other?
Absolutely.
With it-
Put
yeah,
away the
absolutely.
dishes.
that's-
Yep.
Absolutely.
The old ball and chain came with a ball and chain. Oh no.
Oh, sorry,
Yep.
Max.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Jonathan on the stream's asking where does he train, and go ahead and remind people where they could train, because this is something that you might be interested in. It is something that you are teaching people and constantly recruiting to be a part of this global league with the Tucson chapter fastly growing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're on 29th Street between Swan and Craycroft, right next to 520 Tactical is the biggest presence in that place. But yeah, reach out on TucsonHellhounds.com. All of our contact information is right up there. You can reach us directly through the website.
Brandy's listening.
Hey,
Yeah,
Brandy.
there you go. There you go.
That's the wife of one of our teammates.
Yep,
Nice.
yep, she's one of our support staff. And Jonathan Russell, see you up there too.
Oh yeah. He wants to train. He wants to
Yeah,
get some of that
Jonathan,
aggression
you know
out.
how to get a hold of me.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. So.
But yeah, TucsonHellhounds.com. It's all up there.
I love it. Yeah. Well, again, the event is happening this Saturday at the MSA Annex, and it is all ages event, only $10 at the door. And it's an event that is nice and early, too. So it can kickstart your Saturday with something really fun that you haven't seen before, which is almost a guarantee. And so with $10 at the door, you got 6 fights, one-on-one fights happening on this card, headlined by a super heavyweight fight. And of course, everything kicks off with the melee at 5:30, so you want to make sure you get there early. So any other ticket information, to get the tickets ahead of time, where do they go to?
TucsonHellhounds.com. There's
Excellent.
a link right on the website.
You felt like a
love-
badass typing that in. I
Yeah.
can't wait.
We're going to have more with Megan and James here as we go down the rabbit hole on the podcast broadcast. Be back with more after music from Alien Ant Farm and Metallica on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear.
The Tucson Hellhounds. That sounds like a futuristic, like alien fighting. I love it.
My oldest son got in the car about a month ago. He goes, "Dad, have you ever heard of this really cool band? I just heard them. They're called Metallica."
Yeah.
Sit down,
I felt
son. Let's
really
go.
Get
old.
down, son. Yes.
You got a lot to learn.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's
he's
awesome.
12.
Yes.
I'd be
I've
like,
never heard of
"Yes,
them before. I'd be like, dude, they're 90. Come on. All right. Let's see. All right, so this is titled Brutal Armored Combat Axe Fight.
That's
Full
Simon.
contact. You know Simon. Oh,
Simon
this,
goes
this
on
is
the
your
left.
boy.
The Viking, yeah.
this is
Simon Rorick is on the left there.
Okay, and so you know Simon from where?
Just Tempe. I met him through a couple friends up at, in Tempe.
Simon
Right.
knows everybody.
And he,
Yeah, let's check
One
it
of
out.
those guys.
Let's check out Simon attempt to kill a guy.
This is actually a really good fight. Simon gets to work out here. Simon is
That's the nicest way to say he got his ass kicked that I've ever heard.
Simon is known for dropping guys with one hit.
Well, yeah, it's an axe, dude. Even if it's not sharp, dude, they just
He's got the technique down. He's got the control.
diamond strap. Okay.
He's putting on.
he's just got that stance too, locked in. Oh, I'm in trouble.
Well, when you go out there, you kind of just zone the whole world out. You are focused on who's in front of you.
Yeah, it's got to bring out primal instincts for sure. You know, again, I'm big into genetic coding, just things that we know just passed down through generations. We haven't tapped into, but subconsciously. We need 'em.
Yeah.
It's like way faster than you would imagine too.
Oh, the fist, you can punch too. Yeah, that's damn right you can fight. Oh, there goes your axe. Oh, you're done, son.
Simon's no joke.
Pick up your axe. Go ahead. Go ahead and get your weapon. And so each fight that we have going on this Saturday, do they have different weapons of choice? You have an axe fight, you have a knife fight, you have something like that?
So typically in the pro fights, depending on the league that they're running under, we're not running under a particular league this Saturday.
Okay.
But typically they would match weapon to weapon,
Right.
whether it be longsword or this is considered a polearm, correct? Yeah, this is a polearm. single-handed axe, sword and board. You know, there's different things that they can take out, and typically they'll match them.
You'll see mostly sword and shield.
Okay,
Yeah, this
sword and
time
shield's
they're
great
kinda
though.
Doing whatever they want to do. I don't think we haven't matched anybody. They're not matching.
Yeah, sword and shield's great though. I want to see some defense. I want to see some old school knight. Like, how would it be on the battlefield? You know, back in medieval times.
Even better is the shield is offense.
You can
Oh
punch
yeah,
with
yeah.
the shield.
Nice.
That's one part of training we do too. Like on our team, we have guys that are stronger than me. They punch harder than me. They're faster.
Yeah.
I'm really good at the defense.
I hate to meet those guys. He's rooting for Simon, dude. Yeah.
Now he wants to try it. It's all over his face.
It's so cool
Yeah.
watching the leg work too, like the trips.
There is.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's where we start. When we start the training, we start with feet.
And
They move.
mobility.
Yep.
I do mobility training.
That
That was
pull.
nice too. Yeah, hook him with the axe, pull him down, point there. And it's a boxing system, right? 10-9?
Yep.
Yeah.
And what I love about this too is you see a real life example of stance prominence and like how important like technique is.
This is a pretty similar layout to our facility too. The size of our list in our gym, and kind of it's almost exactly the same.
Do you have weights in the gym as well?
Yeah, we do.
It's so when we say gym, it's not your typical gym. When if you come in to work out with us,
No
you're-
shit.
You walk in like, where's the bench press? Oh,
It's next to the axes, dude.
next to the
Funny
mace.
enough, it totally is.
I was SF, so I throw in a lot of calisthenics, hit style training. I mean, there's a variety of training, mobility. You got to do it all.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I've learned in this is us being military. Is like this workout or these fights are all encompassing.
Oh yeah, full body.
So you
for
got
sure.
guys doing the mace barbell workout. Like that's
It's also mental.
And it's one of the things we're hoping to bring into the gym. Like I've met a couple of teachers for like the mace flow training that they just teach in
That's
the park,
perfect.
right?
yeah.
I'm like, hey, come on in.
For real.
Like, if you want to
That's-
host a class, like this is a perfect space for you to do
Can we
it.
get Valdez to
practical.
try this?
Yeah.
He's got the mohawk and everything.
Yeah, he's ready, and
Let's
he
do it.
might. He might. You
He's
know,
definitely doing it.
his cardio might surprise you. It surprised me. His cardio is better than mine. Yeah. So. He wants about training and a music video. So Jonathan's actually double booked that night, unfortunately, because he's shooting a music video at The Rock, which he's casting for. So if you want to be in a music video at The Rock after the knife fights, because his event goes from like 7 to 10, so the couple hours. So you get that last hour or whatever they're filming at The Rock on Saturday. But yeah, it seems like Jonathan's interested too.
I will
Yeah.
be in touch with you, Jonathan.
Yeah.
To get these guys to open up for Amon Amarth in the Pantera show.
Oh, I'm telling you, like, yeah, nobody watches better than if somebody.
Hang on, no, that's
with
in
a knife.
August, right?
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Right?
it's so hot,
Yeah.
dude. Oh my god, yeah. Like instantly you put it on and you probably drop 40 pounds, right?
Well, Tucson's pretty used to it. We go to other events and guys are like, "It's 90 degrees. It's so hot," and we're like, "We're good. Let's go."
Yeah,
Right.
it's spring. It's yeah, we're feeling good. I mean, it's still even gonna be. I mean, by the time you go, the early fights, I guess, is gonna be a little warmer. Let me see what the weather looks like. Do you check out what the weather might be on Saturday? We got a high of
gonna be
81.
gorgeous.
so
It's gonna be so nice.
Perfection.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little toasty.
Do you guys, I was going to say, when you're training too, you guys are really smart about doing like the salt tablets and iodine, making sure you guys are hydrated. Like that's got to be super prominent before
and-
going there.
That and old school stuff.
Yeah.
Pickle juice.
Pickle juice.
Pickle
yeah,
juice.
pickle juice for days.
Yep.
You know, I gave that tip to my daughter because she had bad cramps, you know, when it's that time of the month. And I'm like, let's do pickle juice. That's the way, and it actually works,
Yes.
you know, helps alleviate. And so we shared that as a beef tip one of those times. And what a game changer because I was spending so much money on Midol. You know, like I had to run to the store, you know. And
Like
all
pickle
that.
juice, baby.
Yeah.
Pickle juice.
I like pickles. You like not having cramps.
Win-win.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a pickle house.
Yes. Oh, but yeah, that's great, dude. So I definitely, like I said, I'll definitely pop in, check out the melee because I got to. And I wish I could stay for the whole night, but I'll see some other fights as well. You know.
Do you as I was gonna say, this feels like the sort of like the upward trend of this becoming super, super popular.
It's
Like it's
gaining
just
traction.
Gaining traction like
everywhere,
crazy. I love it.
what we've struggled with over the years is a lot of people our whole goal here is this exposure.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that we exist, and
Right.
the ones that a lot of them that do think that we're LARPing, you know,
Yeah.
oh, they're gonna go to the park and play with foam swords.
Right.
Right.
We're trying to expose out to the public that this is a honest to God sport.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You have to be athletic to do it. It's the real deal.
That's what's good about you
just
guys
got
doing the
called out
gym
again.
too, because people can actually step in the ring and see it's not that easy.
Well, and there
Marielle is our other female fighter on our team.
There we
Yeah,
go. Shout out.
Yeah, and honestly, there you go. I mean, like she looks like a smoke show as well. So you got, smoking
Kicking
hot
your
nice
ass.
under the nice. Be like, oh, underneath all that armor, she's hot, dude.
Take off your mask, Dreamweaver. It's like, oh my god, she almost killed me, man.
Yeah, that's
you don't want to make her mad or Mario.
Nope.
Yeah.
Going back to the gym, we are there, just so everybody knows, we're there 3 times a week.
Nice.
Tuesday nights at 6, Thursday nights at 6, and Sundays at 10 a.m.
Awesome.
Boom.
Yeah. It's so great to remind people to sign up because I'm sure that people listening out there are curious about this. And like you said, like
Let's go beat each other up.
I mean,
come
I
on.
know you have he has some deep-seated resentment, so I'm not going to step in.
Rico, I got to ask why. Why do you want to beat up Beef?
I don't. I want to let him beat me up. That way he's like, I told you I'm better than you.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Then H shows on his end, and then I come back with a backward axe.
I passively aggressively tell him that every day, so I know he's but
no, it'll be fun.
yeah. No, I got to get my cardio up, man. I had too many things in my lungs and stuff.
All right, 3 months. We'll mark a date.
Yeah, in 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Octagon.
I'm
Thunderdome.
melted away.
We could actually do this October at the Celtic Fair.
No, you
Some
slow
kilt
down.
lifter.
You and Valdez would be great. Someone needs to MC this thing. You need a professional MC, a talker. I can't fight and talk, but I'm
We'll
a good
call
talker.
Simon came in.
God damn it. Yeah, Simon's pretty good, too.
All 3. Yeah, we'll gain up on Simon. Let him take us all out.
Simon sounds like he has an accent, too, which probably makes it sound even extra official. Does he know how to do a British accent?
I don't think so. I'm
His
sure
name's
he
Simon.
could,
I
though.
probably could, but
Yeah, dude.
I don't know.
Pull it off.
The name like Simon.
It'd just be the mountain. Just heavily breathe. It doesn't need to talk.
Yeah.
Now,
Who made the flyer?
So the artist is Dino.
So the top part of it is a comic book artist. Actually, that's me, and just right of the center is me, and then far left is one of our fighters. He's actually doing that for a book and a comic book on the East Coast.
Nice.
He let us use that, and then the flyer itself was designed by a fellow female fighter out of San Angelo, Texas, Brenda Lee.
Yep.
So who's supposed to be the fighter in the middle?
That is a gentleman named Aiden Flack.
And is he overcompensating with the sword?
Actually,
For the comic book, yeah.
for the comic book, yes, but that's actually not that far off. That's actually an executioner sword,
Yep.
and he has one pretty similar to that.
Yes, he does.
He said, "Yeah,
I know that is, yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's
It's not a broadsword. It's an executioner sword.
Yeah.
Oh,
You don't watch
obvious.
Braveheart? Come on.
No.
Yeah,
nah.
Aiden started training with us here in Tucson when he was stationed out in the area, and he took the sport back to South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Yep, South
Nice.
Carolina.
Or
North Carolina.
One of the Carolinas.
On that line of question, is
East
there
Coast.
any regulation? Not regulation. Is there any like rule sets with like katanas, or
Like
like,
it's
long
sanctioned.
swords?
So
Like
there's not, as long as it is. So there is what's called authenticity.
Yeah,
Ah,
absolutely.
Your
that whole
armor
thing.
does have to be from a certain time period. You could choose.
Yeah.
There's a variety of choices,
Right.
but your weapons have to kind of match. Your armor has to kind of match. You've got to kind of be in the same
realm or
thing,
era.
Realm or
Yeah.
era. So we actually have a guy out of
Salt Lake.
City, Jacob Omer. He wears full samurai armor, wears
Wow.
wields a katana. He also has the what are they? The odachis, the big katanas.
Uh-huh.
He's got one of those for great sword fights.
Damn,
Um,
that's cool.
it is and it's not though. Like
Yeah.
he's got that armor and it's
He's
awesome.
more swift.
He moves really fast, but he doesn't like to get hit because it hurts.
Yeah, it's a whole lot more.
One hit.
Yeah.
Knocks
all
the
it
wind
takes
out.
is
It's kind of
one
the
hit.
trade-off when you pick your armor, right? Like my armor's pretty light. I can move pretty fast, but there are certain things that hurt. Whereas we have fighters in our team that wear
Full
plate armor,
Yep.
and you can hit them all you want. They're just going to look at you.
It's
Ah,
real life
yeah.
RPG. That's what it sounds like. You literally have to choose your specs and everything.
Pretty much.
That's
pretty
awesome.
much.
Yeah.
Do they have the swinging chain thing? The special?
No.
Damn.
No fails allowed.
Yeah. That would kill somebody.
Aw.
That's yeah.
Actually, your buddy Simon, when they did Night Fight way back when, one of the big fights they did was with a flail on the end of a 8-foot-long pole. And Simon
was
even said that is the
brutal.
most dangerous thing he's ever fought with in his life.
I bet.
So we don't.
Damn.
We don't get flails.
No more of that.
That's fair. That's
No
fair.
more.
All right, we're on here in 2 seconds. Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're learning a lot about this whole growing culture. And I know that you see online, you see all these different types of new styles of combat sports growing. You know, a lot of it straight out of Russia, right? They just get nuts. Throw two guys into a phone booth and beat the crap out of each other, right?
that.
Yes, you know, so it's always
forgot about that.
fascinating watching that kind of stuff. This is great because this is taking the passion and culture of medieval times and role playing, and adding more realism to it, and adding a level of sports and competition to it. And athleticism that you really haven't seen before. And with this, it's still safe-ish in a way that they protect it and nobody walks away seriously harmed and lives to fight another day. Well, they're coming in and they're going for blood, so to speak. And so the fights, this Saturday, it's not WWE. They're going to go in, and both men or women are going to be entering the. Is it a ring? Do you have a ring?
It's called a list.
Okay, so what is that? Kind of like just 4 posts, and like you kind of fence them in like cattle.
So it's 4 posts. It's a wooden arena basically with rails on top. But that's basically it.
Yeah. And then then people could just all gather around there, and
we're going to keep them back a little bit because sometimes weapons do break. But they could just gather around and
or swing over the side
or
of
watch.
The list.
Absolutely. Now this is at the MSA Annex, and if you guys haven't been to the Annex, they have this ultimate, this perfect courtyard. Houses up to 1,000 people just standing in this. What's the capacity? What are we looking at?
Honestly, I don't know.
We don't know yet.
Yeah, let's just pack them in, right?
Yeah, the more the merrier.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the MSA Annex, of course, they have multiple restaurants on site. They have a full bar on site as well. So, you're talking all-in-one entertainment. So you can go grab a bite, you grab a drink, and then you can watch some knights attempt to take their heads off.
You think cheering for football is fun? It's like just wait till you see 2 guys fighting in medieval armor.
Right?
Yes!
I know.
Usually the first effect we get from the crowd is, oh!
Yeah. That first hit. I'm sure you hear it and you feel it. And I'm sure it's even louder and kind of rings your ears because you got metal on metal.
It sounds like a car accident.
Yeah.
Feels like one, too.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, remind people again where they could get more information and how they could sign up to train to be a part of this league. And, of course, how to get tickets to the event on Saturday.
Sure. Locally here in Tucson, it's TucsonHellhounds.com. That brings you to our gym, brings you to the tickets for the event on Saturday. And, any questions you have, you can send them to us through that website, too.
I love it. All right, we're going to wrap things up with a beef tip after these words. On the podcast broadcast, got a couple viral videos I'll share with you as well. So you can join us, youtube.com/beefvegan, or keep it right here. Clear. All right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. It'd be nice to see a little uptick. Let me know if you guys.
I can watch those compilations all day, though.
I know.
It's so much fun.
I know. We're just saying. It's just such a fun podcast. We're just let's watch people fight. Yeah.
But to have the UFC commentary, like Joe Rogan style, all those 3 guys back there just calling the shots.
Yeah.
It's like, oh!
But you got to do medieval talk, ye old. Yeah.
So our next event, we need him, Rico, and Valdez as the commentators.
Oh, I'm so down.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm down for commentating all day
Going for the
long.
heel lock. All right, get him. Smash him with that.
And then a special guest appearance inside the squared post. That's all Rico. And Valdez. I'm sure Valdez will jump all over that. Let me show you something real quick that is not night related, but I thought was really cool that I wanted to share with you, and it's YouTube as well. So there was a bunch of shark divers, right? And they're divers, and they're documenting sharks. And these sharks almost sort of like dogs in a way in the ocean. They're kind of just playing around, and they set up a bunch of GoPros to try to film the sharks in their natural habitat. One shark got a little too hungry, a little too curious, ate the GoPro. And then you got a POV of what it looks like outside of a shark's mouth while you have these divers frantically trying to get their camera back.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Here comes my phobia. Can't wait. Thank you, B.
Yeah, well, okay, let me scare you a little bit, but this is pretty funny. And again, they treat it like these sharks are dogs. They're not too scared of the sharks themselves. So as he sets this up here. Just showing a big ass shark comes by.
Chomp.
He's like, here's some food. Get away.
More?
Yeah, but he wants a camera. And he got that camera. It's one of those 360 cameras, which is awesome. So you're seeing all around. And now you're seeing
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dun-dun. This is gonna be the new Jaws.
Whoa. It's like the cave in Star Wars.
Say,
Yeah, right?
Hollywood, eat your heart out.
I think you need one of those cameras for inside your helmet.
Yes.
No, for
You don't want to hear
real.
what I'm saying while
Yeah.
I'm fighting.
That's true. A lot of expletives. So yeah, then he spit it out and he was able to grab the camera.
That's wild.
Shark still wanted it though. Yeah.
crazy.
So obviously that went viral.
Yeah.
And there's-
From the GoPro Instagram.
I can see the Undertaker being one of these combatants too. Like he's retired from professional wrestling, now
Right.
on new real knife fight. I put my money on the Undertaker.
That would be fun.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Good, perfect timing. It's just we'll be back after click, click, boom.
Getting to the point where fighters in this have like theme songs they walk out to as well.
We're
Yes.
That would be
definitely
fun.
doing that for this on Saturday.
Yes.
Each fighter
We try to
has
convince.
chose
So
their own.
one of the fighters, Marty Rahi, is actually one of my best friend. I tried to convince him to come out to Baby Shark, the metal version,
Yeah.
but he chose a different one.
He wasn't feeling it.
He wouldn't do it. That's too bad.
It's actually really good. Have you heard it?
The metal version of Baby Shark is
Look
awesome.
at it. Look
Yeah.
at the metal version of Baby Shark.
Yeah.
It's probably really good.
Yeah.
I think I have heard it. I'm like, damn it, why am I liking this?
I feel like it's something we
Yeah,
would definitely
right?
have played on the air.
You probably.
Yeah. If I come across it from Leo.
Leo,
Yeah,
yep.
got it.
Yep.
Got it. This will be good.
Maybe I could still talk him into it.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, this
Like,
is
you
this
have no
song-
choice, bro.
Yeah, this song slaps, dude. So
Beef said you had to.
Yep.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
don't have a
Beef
choice.
Vegan said you had to.
Yeah. All right, let's see what we got here.
His wife just said he'll do it.
He will do it.
Yeah.
Done.
Mommy shark, mommy shark, mommy shark, mommy
Yeah,
shark.
yeah, that's
Daddy shark, daddy shark, daddy shark, daddy shark. Grandma shark, grandma shark, grandma shark, grandma shark. Grandpa shark, grandma shark, grandma shark, grandma shark. Run away, run away,
Fighting for this.
run away, run away.
Jonathan Russell, I know you're still watching. You definitely got to get one of your 17 bands to cover this song, dude.
I think
Yeah.
it'd be way more intimidating to come out to the original version of this song.
Yes.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, right?
Like, why is he playing Baby Shark?
Yeah, that's like the UFC heavyweight fighter coming out to like Britney Spears or
Right.
something. Yeah.
Like, always about to mess stuff up.
mind fuck them before you get in the octagon. I'm like,
Yep.
wait a second. Sounds like such a soft song. Yes.
You are toxic.
You ever watch the bare knuckle fighting championships? Yeah, so
God.
that's a league that literally just grew on Instagram.
Yeah.
And now Conor McGregor's in it, and they're getting all these great former UFC greats jumping in there and knocking the shit out of each other. And it's something that the way they described it, the president described it was perfectly, because in this ADD culture that we live in, right, we consume content 60 seconds at a time or less, and that's how long these fights last.
Yeah.
So like seeing once you go into all these fights this Saturday, I hope you have like a skilled cinematographer on hand or somebody to film, so you could clip those up and then post short after short after short, because legitimately that will blow up your gym's social media and YouTube, because people love to see it. And then that's just how this league continue to grow.
Yeah.
Because
I want to go shoot reels with fighters now. That sounds like
I
fun, man. It'd be a
know.
good
That's what I'm
edit.
saying.
For real. I'd
Yeah.
love to.
I know you bounce later on that night, but you should be swinging by beforehand,
Swinging
getting
by?
some. Oh, yeah. See
Ah.
what I did that on purpose.
You
I
did.
thought
That was
about
clever.
for 3 hours. I was like, yeah, got it in. Check.
Good job.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, all right. We got about a minute 35 before we wrap things up with the beef tip, and remind everybody on Saturday. Thank you guys for coming in.
absolutely.
It's been a
Thanks for
pleasure.
having us.
I've been looking forward to it for a long time, ever since we talked at the annex the first time, and so excellent. Yeah, add this. Perfect.
I'll earn the big one.
Yeah.
I'll earn it.
Someday.
I'm coming for you, beef vegan.
We won't have to fight for it.
It's like the most questions and curiosity I've had on a podcast in a while. I'm like, tell me more.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Well, I knew, and this
like
is one of the reasons why, because our show, we got rotating cast of characters and stuff. That's why I was like, come in on Wednesday when it's Rico and I, so we can really bro down on this. Val does want to be
Hell
here too,
yeah.
but I only have 4 mics.
He'll be in the ring soon enough.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Well, we appreciate you guys and the time.
Of course,
Absolutely,
dude. Of course, yeah. So, I mean, every event moving forward and stuff, you put it together, you let me know. we'll hype it up. And then if we're available any way that we could help contribute to help continue grow that success, seems like it's just a fantastic organization, a great way for people to get out there and let out some steam in such a positive way. And something that's super fun and entertaining. So, you know.
Something else under real quick. This is also an all-ages sport, too. We start with youth. So if you want to bring your kids in.
We don't let the kids beat the crap
Not
out
in
of
armor.
Yeah.
Not armor, not full on.
Some dad just got real excited. He was like, yes, he needs that.
They need that,
Yeah.
But we start with training and the footwork and the sword work and, you know, what it takes. So
Right.
Yeah.
We usually start that around 16 years old.
Nice. Excellent.
Nice.
All right, cool. Let's get on the air and wrap things up. All right, we are almost out of time, but I'd like to thank everyone for listening. Also, thank our very special guests, James and Megan, for coming in. And this event that's happening this Saturday at MSA Annex proves to be one of a kind. So you got to check it out. Armor Combat Hellhounds is the name of the organization. The website, again, is
TucsonHellhounds.com.
Yeah, simple as that. And you can go get your tickets there today, only $10. And also you could sign up if you want to participate in the next one or start training today. I definitely suggest you do so if you have that passion. It seems like a super fun sport that's fastly growing. It's right here in our own backyard. All right, it's time for our beef tip before we wrap things up. Now, I came across a piece talking about lies you shouldn't tell yourself, because sometimes we lie to ourselves to explain life events. And here are some of the most common ones that you should never tell yourself. I'll be happy when I achieve ... So the next big thing won't make you happy. So live in the now, right? I'm the only one who, and that's too broad, and you're not. If they knew, that's another lie you don't want to say. I don't deserve love or happiness. That's just a lie. Everybody does. And of course, the final lie, size don't matter. It hurts.
It's okay.
Yes, but it's okay. All right, with that said, thank you guys for listening to the show. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan. We'll be back tomorrow with tickets for Pantera. Till then, Robin Nash is up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish
Had to end it with a dick joke. On
Had
brand.
to do it.
On brand.
Had to do it.
Hey, size is gonna matter.
You guys thought we were going to talk about nice shit without a dick joke? Come on.
I will knock out all your teeth.